Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I am coming at you on this happy hump day Wednesday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we all know that the Los Angeles Lakers were in action on yesterday at the Crypto.com arena, taking on none other than the cross-town, cross-locker room rivals of the Los Angeles Clippers. And we do know that dating back all the way to 2010, 2011 seasons, that the Clippers have pretty much dominated this rivalry since they, if you want to be honest, when they got Blake Griffin and Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan, they had that Lob City run and it just kind of continued. And LeBron James came to town. You thought things would be different, but it's been kind of the same old thing. And a lot of that has been due to injury. We don't like to make excuses around here, but, had the Lakers been whole last night, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. But, just kind of bringing you up to speed on this rivalry, we see how it's gone. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. I, for one, said that was going to happen on yesterday. I knew that the Lakers would be facing off against a very tough opponent in that of the Los Angeles Clippers. I said they had been playing well. And if you go back and you look at yesterday's show, one thing that I emphasized was that in order for the Lakers, if they were going to somehow pull out a W, the only way that they were going to do that without having Anthony Davis is that they were going to have a contribution from Dennis Schroeder and or Russell Westbrook. And I said, if not, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to win because you have to have scoring from somewhere. And I knew LeBron James would show up and show out as he always does. And of course, LeBron James on yesterday came and gave us 46 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He shot 100% from the free throw line, and then basically 9 out of 14 from 3 at 64%. So, he kind of got off the schneid yesterday, and he came out pretty hot from 3-point line. And if somebody had told you before the game that LeBron James was going to go off of 46 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, you would probably think that the Lakers would somehow miraculously win that game. And I mean, the performance of the Clippers' big two in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard was enough to cancel out LeBron James's performance because Kawhi Leonard had 25 points and Paul George had 27. So if you do the math, that's 52, and LeBron James had 46. So he was right there with them. And of course, LeBron James probably could have easily put up the nifty 50, but Darvin Ham elected to clear the bench and bring in all of the backups with the 5-minute mark left, because we all know what happened during the game. And it was so unfortunate because the Lakers got out to a cold start at the beginning. And once they fell behind in the first quarter, they allowed the Clippers to get hot. And, they had major contributions from 3-point land from Terrence Mann. He was 4 out of 7 from 3. Norman Powell was 4 out of 5 from 3. Covington was 2 out of 2 from 3. Reggie Jackson, he was 4 out of 7 from 3. You got to think, Kawhi was broke from 3, 0 for 4. And then Paul George, 3 out of 9 from 3. Not so good. But when you have all the role players I just mentioned, Mann, Powell, Covington, Jackson, that's 4 different people who hit multiple threes. And you're talking about Mann hit 4, Covington hit 4, that's 8. Reggie Jackson hit 2. Reggie Jackson hit 4, Covington hit 2. I mean, if you look at it, that's 13 or 14 threes right there, and that's going to be hard to overcome. And I knew that in the second half that the Lakers would actually make more of a game of it, just because I knew that the Clippers would be destined to cool off. And they did finally started to cool off. And when they did cool off, it was just a little bit too late. So, the Lakers made a great run of it in the third quarter. They only put a small dent in it. Had they put more of a dent in that lead in the third, then I'd have more faith. But I knew they had an uphill battle going into the fourth quarter because they only trimmed that deficit, I think, from 25 maybe down to 16. They did get it down, I want to say, to 10 when they went on that great run, and LeBron James was doing pretty much everything, getting to the best, getting to the hole, hitting threes from everywhere, getting his teammates involved. And lo and behold, what do you have? It all became discombobulated towards the end, as you all saw. Russell Westbrook with the inbound pass to Dennis Schroeder, overpassed him on that. I guess I don't know if it was miscommunication. You've seen several times where the Lakers have really thrown the ball far into the backcourt, had Dennis Schroeder chase it down to go get it. That way he can bring it back up court, just to not just waste time because they didn't really want to waste time, but just so he could see the defense full on, and coming from that backcourt of an angle, it's hard to get that pass inbounds with the defense, with you facing the defense basically from the baseline, which was an odd place to be trying to me, throw it into Schroeder in the first place. Now, if it was a side out, then that would have been different. But at the end of the day, he overshot him. Dennis wasn't ready. And I know, they had a brief verbal altercation on the sideline as LeBron James just sat there in what seems to be misery. And a lot of people are coming down on LeBron for that, just saying, where's his leadership? Why is he not rallying the troops? I mean, look, at this point, this man, 38 years old, he just gave it his all to do that. I think he was more so not just disappointed in his teammates, but disappointed that the way it all boiled down, because you think he's not tired of losing to the Clippers? You think he doesn't want to come and rule LA, and he's tired of that. So, to put that much effort into it and just know Anthony Davis is never around when it seems to be needed. And he's just like, damn, what can I do? And he sees Russell Westbrook and Dennis Schroeder arguing, both of those as homies. He just don't want to get involved in it. Y'all don't understand the real life aspect of this. And then you also got to realize there's people on the team who are friends with Kendrick Nunn, and then Kendrick Nunn left. So, that made people see that this is just a business. And, at that same token, it makes you wonder, how hard do I need to be playing to make sure that I can maintain my status as a Los Angeles Laker? Because at any time, like they said, Rob Pelinka said he wasn't done yet. And if y'all didn't know, the same agent for Rui has the same agent as, what's his name, Bogdanovich. Y'all know who I'm talking about, up in Detroit. The one who could shoot all those threes. So, hopefully that could come around and the Lakers could pull off that trade before the deadline. Then that'll give them absolutely everything that they need. But we know Hachimura is going to be in action tonight. Anthony Davis is expected to be back tonight. I'm expecting a full-on Lakers victory. They didn't come away with the victory yesterday. It is what it is. Dennis Schroeder, you can argue with Westbrook all you want to, but, he overthrew it. You went to the floor to get it. You should have tried to call a quick timeout. You forced the ball. I don't know who you were trying to throw it to. I know you didn't want to get tied up with Paul George because Paul George is going to win that jump. I get that, but maybe roll over to your side, try to call a timeout, try to do something, but you threw it right to Kawhi Leonard. And once you threw it to him at this point, do you actually think that he wasn't going to be able to score with you right behind him like that? You might as well have let him get it, but instead you give them the and one, which really gave them the momentum and pushed it from 10 to 13 just like that. And before you know it, missed shot, came back down. It was up by 16, and that was a wrap. Darvin Ham pulled the plug on it. When the Lakers had got down by 25, me, of course, do the live betting that I do on FanDuel. I went on there. I took the Lakers plus 21 because I said there's no way the Lakers going to lose by 21. And when they came back by 10, I'm actually thinking, man, they might just win this game. They're going to pull off what they did against Portland. And what do you know? Lo and behold, of course, that stupid 8-0 run happened in the course of 45 seconds by bonehead plays. And what do you know? Darvin Ham pulls the plug, and I'm like, oh, man, here come my money. But thanks to my boy, Max Christie, we appreciate you hitting those threes and still playing to the end, because I don't know who there was on the Clippers decided they still want to shoot a couple of threes, man, but I almost messed up my money. But I appreciate that, the Lakers plus 21 was able to pull me through because they only ended up losing by 17 or 18 or whatever it was. But it's still, I won't say a disgrace to the city of Los Angeles and the Lakers just yet, because like I said, let me go back to the X's and O's of this. Had Anthony Davis been there, just be honest, had Anthony Davis been there, Zubac wouldn't have been bullying around Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant is no rim protector. He's great trying to get offensive boards and putbacks, things of that nature, getting what you call just putbacks and, easy touches off pick and rolls, things like that. He's not somebody who you're just going to isolate and throw it down on the block so he can post up Zubac. However, Zubac sure in the hell could post him up and back him down and use his strength. But you think big, tall Anthony Davis is not going for that, even though I do recall last time Anthony Davis played, I will say this, they still kind of did their thing with Anthony Davis. Zubac kind of was out playing Anthony Davis, so I won't say Anthony Davis is going to be the end-all, be-all, but during that time, the Lakers had developed the chemistry in which they had now, and I just honestly feel that a lot of those mid-range shots, you would have had Anthony Davis, people coming over to help, and plus now with the addition of Rui Hachimura, you are going to see that the Lakers have a much bigger wing defender. Like last night, for instance, they didn't have anybody who could guard a who could guard a Kawhi Leonard, really, other than LeBron James. So you expect Pat Bev, an undersized guard, to guard that of you could say small forward and strength and size that of a Kawhi Leonard, who can play a wing player just like Paul George and interchangeably. And you talking about you're going to have Pat Bev try to hold him down, which he did what he could. But ultimately, Kawhi Leonard going to choose and pick his spots and get to his spots and make it look so easy. Now, had he had a larger size player, like let's say a LeBron, but you can't expect LeBron to guard Kawhi and expend so much energy on defense and come back and give it to you all this on offense, what he had to give to you. Now, if it was 27-year-old LeBron, then he'd take on that assignment all day, every day, any damn day, from, that side to that side, from defensive side to the offensive side. He would love and live for that challenge, just like he used to do that for Paul George during the days of the Indiana rivalry. But, that days is come and gone. LeBron James is 38 years old, but even at 38 years old, still leading the league in fourth quarter scoring, still leading the league in fast break points, still putting his team on his back last night. Again, I'm going to have to say these numbers again because it's just plain damn ridiculous. 46, 8, and 7 for the 38-year-old man. And now, of course, LeBron James has scored 40 on all NBA teams. I had said that on the show yesterday that LeBron James would be able to do so. Now, a lot of people out online took that as a shot at Kobe. This is in no way a shot at Kobe. Much love to Kobe. Rest in peace to Kobe. And, of course, Kobe did it against every NBA team, too. We're not taking away from what Kobe did, and we know that he played on the Lakers his entire career. So, of course, he cannot score the points on the Lakers. But you better ask his damn teammates, was he dropping 40 on their head in practice? And you better believe that he was. So if you really want to get technical, yeah, he was dropping 40. He was dropping 40 on the Lakers too. So if you really want to be technical with it, but at the end of the day, they said LeBron James was the first one to do it against all teams. And technically, if you want to say technically, he was, and that's not saying first one. They was just saying that he did it. So at the end of the day, it does not matter, especially in a loss. Who gives a damn? I'm sure LeBron doesn't. I'm sure he didn't set out in his mind and say, I got to get 40 tonight. No, he said he had to do what he had to do so his team could be competitive and win. But unfortunately, even in the beginning of the first quarter, Thomas Bryant missed a lot of little crib shots, a lot of little layups. Russell Westbrook, come on. He gave you 17 points, only 1 rebound. That's unlike Russ, and 5 assists. And then, of course, 4 out of 13 on field goals, 30%. Terrible. Dennis Schroeder was no better. Dennis Schroeder had a poor game. He was 3 out of 9, 33%. There was no other Lakers in double figures besides Thomas Bryant and LeBron James. LeBron James with 46 points, Thomas Bryant with 16 points. And it's just, like I said on yesterday's show, if the Lakers are going to be successful, they're going to have contributions from other people. And Dennis Schroeder, you have to be consistent. You can go out and get 30-point games on some nights, but then you can come out and let Reggie Jackson outplay you. And Terrence Mann was playing point guard, but, he wasn't really the one bringing the ball up the court. It was that of Paul George who was facilitating that offense. So the Clippers are starting to gel. They're starting to look good. I do predict that they'll finish in the top 4. I'm still predicting the Lakers can finish in the top 6 outside of the play-in. I don't give a damn what anybody say. And you're going to see tonight when Anthony Davis get back, and you got Anthony Davis and Hachimura, another wing player who can actually hit threes. Did you see him in practice yesterday? His first day in practice, just knocking down all those corner threes. It was looking pretty damn good to me. So we're going to be able to see tonight. We know he's excited. He said LA always felt like home to him. That's where he wanted to play. That's where he wanted to be. I'm sure he's excited to play along that play alongside LeBron James. I think that's going to be very exciting for him. So we're going to tune in tonight as the Lakers take on the San Antonio Spurs. I won't say it's going to be an easy victory. I think it's -6.5 for the Lakers, which they hadn't had a spread like that in a long time. But, of course, we know the Spurs have not been playing well. But at the end of the day, you're bringing back Anthony Davis to the mix. He hasn't played in a while. You're bringing in Hachimura, someone who has not played. So the Lakers can't get too fancy and just think that this is going to be a give me. I say the Lakers can still pull this off. And just like the Lakers, they'll probably make it a close game. But I think they can still cover that 6.5 point spread. So if I had to pick the spread, I'd take the Lakers -6. And, of course, Lakers in the straight up. So, for all my betting friends out there, y'all know what to do. And I had said the other day about my merchandise. Hey, merch is coming real soon. It's under review right now. I have a few things out there that y'all are going to see. I got some hoodies. I got some T-shirts. They got my slogan on there. right on to the real. Much love to the haters. That's something that I come up with because no matter how much people hate you, you still always have to show them love. And when you put out positivity, I promise you, you will get back positivity. Karma in this universe is real, everybody. So I just want everybody to know this has been your boy B New. And as always, if you haven't done so already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share. We're going to keep talking about these Lakers as we continue to carry on through the season. We're going to have a full breakdown tomorrow's game. The Lakers have a couple days off. We can get into the upcoming schedule. We can also go over predictions for what their record will be in the next 10 games, because I feel like if the Lakers can go on a run, the West is about to beat each other up. If you can look at the next few games, you got Portland against Minnesota, Utah against Minnesota, Utah against Portland, Phoenix against, et cetera, et cetera. So these teams are going to beat each other up, and we're going to see who's going to really separate themselves from the pack, because even with Golden State Warriors struggling like they have been this season, no one has really separated themselves from the pack. So that's something that I look forward to seeing. But like I said, merch coming real soon. I had the links on here. Keep checking out my store link on my channel. There is a link to the store. It's probably not on there yet because, like I said, it's still under review. As soon as it becomes available, I will let you know, man. Thanks for everybody who always show me continued love. And as always, man, this is your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real, and much love to these haters.